Guys and dolls. So I'm just adding a wee bit in before I show you the clip from outside the court. Bit emotional. Boys didn't really know what to say. It was really difficult. It's really, really difficult when it's somebody who's close to you. And it's really difficult when you see what went on with your own eyes and you hear what they say and you hear the two arguments, you know what I mean? And you see the judge didn't take a second. You know, it was clear that it was scripted, and the loudness of this judge in this one particular, the only case in all the cases we watched, he was shouting, you know, and from a scripted, you know, it was all scripted. And straight away, the exact statement has been put out on Facebook, on different court pages. And, you know, the thing about this as well, that I've noticed that I've been having a look at all the pages, that they went into every detail of what the judge said. And we don't find anything like this for foreigners. We don't see anything like this when men commit horrendous crimes that come from different countries against our children in any part of Great Britain. There's silence. But yet when one of our guys says something that hurts somebody's feelings, words. Remember what this is. Remember there's a man taken away from his family today because of words in Northern Ireland. Hurty words. Factual words. You know? And it's sad. It's sad because, you know, we also have another man that's out in bail for memorabilia that goes back in the day from the old paramilitary days that everybody has in their home. And a leaflet that was written by a pastor when Glenn's been charged but the pastor hasn't been charged. You know, nothing makes any sense. That's a direct attack on patriots in Northern Ireland. It's to try and stop us bringing the protection and the awareness that we need to bring to our country for what we see is coming. The exact same thing that the patriots done back in 15, 20 years ago in England, and all got silenced and imprisoned. And social media is completely taken down. And this is the beginning of our 15, 20 years, guys. This is the evidence. You know, I've been doing this for a year. I've been talking about all this for a year. I've over 700 videos. I've never changed my stance, you know. And we've seen what's happened. We see how it goes. We see how the courts behave. We've watched it for years, the two-tier. And here we see it again. We see a judge that isn't working for the people of the country, but working for the puppet masters that are above him. And it's clear. It's so obvious, you know. It's like you're shouting across a court about a man who has said words to another man, who has genuine concerns as a parent of what he sees by these type of men and the crimes that they commit in England and Ireland. Shame on you all. Shame on you all. But all you're doing is you're awakening more people by us highlighting your two-tier and the practices of the PSNI towards the men of East Belfast right now in the Shangle, you know. It seems to be the Protestant Unionist lawless communities that are being attacked, you know. And maybe that's because we've got a lot to lose, you know. We have got a lot to lose. So yes, our men will be stepping up. Our men will keep going to prison. And Northern Ireland will continue to fight to protect its children and its cultures and its traditions as long as we can, you know. And if you think we were tough when we were fighting the IRA, watch how tough we get when we're fighting for our children. This is outside the court. Pinky's just been remanded.
Right, we're on. Freedom Dad here. Get the court in. We're at the court. And yeah, Pinky's been remanded, so he has. Pinky's been remanded, and we're down here to support him. So, Mark, he just put his bag in. How did that feel?
Absolutely dreadful. Don't know what his family's going through. I'm absolutely, I'm stressed. I've no other words.
It's a difficult time. We heard the judge address us in the gallery. He spoke the loudest. We were in there the whole time. We watched about 10 to 15 cases go through. And when it came to Pinky's, the policewoman stood up and says, he done this, he done that. All lies, you know, banged up. Not a lot of nonsense. We've got the video footage, no evidence. And the judge believed what the policewoman said. You know what I mean? What do you make of it?
It's shambolic. It's two-tier at its best.
Yeah.
That's all I can say, Mark.
He's disgusted. you've got an ongoing case, Glenn, as well, and you're out in the street. You know what I mean? What do you think about it all?
I think it was terrible because when they were saying things in court today about Neil, he was shaking his hands and they were telling Nigel that he was hitting the bonnet of the motor. It was video was done, but there was no things were hitting the bonnet, but everything was just put against him. That just, it was terrible. It was all like lies. I seen him shaking his head at different times.
Yeah, you're a good friend of Pinky. Pinky's a good friend of yours, so and you're down supporting him. We just want to say thank you, mate.
Yes,
You're a
sir.
patriot. You're one of our patriots.
Yes, no problem.
We stand behind each other, don't we?
Yes, we all stand beside each other.
Yes, mate. Of course you can.
Free Pinky. That's all I'm saying. Free Pinky.
Free Pinky. So Pinky's in jail for speaking. Let's remember this. Pinky is in jail for speaking. We are now at a stage in Northern Ireland that you cannot speak to foreigners. You cannot speak to delivery drivers. You cannot speak to people who are on security who don't come from this country. You can no longer question them or anything, or they'll just say, "Oh, you're being racist." The courts will say, "Oh, you're racist." The judge had a big point. There's no room in our society for people like this. There's plenty of room in our society for people like Pinky. Please believe me. And there's more people like Pinky coming up. This is the beginning of a new era in Northern Ireland. This is our 15 years. And we will all go to jail if we have to for our children. Just like Pinky went to jail for his children today. And Freedom Dad outside the court in Belfast. Just watch a man get remanded for words. Hurty words. God bless.